No, he pensaba mil.
I'll start off in vision and then I'll step out. Yeah, well, so much has happened today, hasn't it? A very frank news conference from Maresca, and obviously João Felix announced just before that news conference. Conor Gallagher announced a little bit before that as going the other way to Atletico Madrid. So the icing on the cake would be for the new man, Felix, to be out there with the other players, or 20 of the other players this afternoon for this pre-match training ahead of the Conference League game against Servette tomorrow night. But I'm sad to confirm that he's not out there. It might be a little bit too early for him to join his teammates. He has been seen though around the training ground, shaking hands, saying hello, getting acquainted and reacquainted with his teammates. He knows he's played a lot of balls because he was here at Wasney for the 6-month loan spell from January 2023 until May 2023. Played 20 times, scored 4 goals. His career got off to a bad start, but he got a red card. His first match that he started, but he enjoyed it. He said when he left that he didn't really want to leave, but Mauricio Pochettino and the Chelsea board decided amongst themselves that perhaps it wasn't the time to make his deal permanent, so he left. But now he's back with Conor Gallagher going the other way, almost a swap deal, apart from the fact that obviously Conor Gallagher's money, because he's an academy player, is 100% at Chelsea profit, and the way they do the books, that's important to Chelsea. But I guess on the surface of it, Chelsea fans will see a Chelsea legend, or Chelsea legend one day, certainly a fan's favourite, who's captained the side, who's Chelsea man and boy, going out, and somebody who kind of had an okay loan period coming back in. And Maresca was talking about that in his news conference. He says that Felix is very welcome because he's versatile, he can play inside, he can play outside, he can play as a number 9. He's a good lad, an exciting player, and wanted to come. And he said it was sad. It is sad that Conor Gallagher had to leave. He agrees with sometimes that that's the case, but he says those are the rules. You need to sell sometimes your academy players so they get 100% profit, and that's what Chelsea had to do. Ben Chilwell, and as discussed of course before, we can't remember Raheem Sterling as well among the players training away from the rest of the group. Among those away from the rest of the group, of course, we've got Romelu Lukaku, we've got the world's most expensive goalkeeper Kepa, and there's obviously speculation about all of those leaving the club in the next days and within the next couple of weeks. And yes, you're right, the sooner they can get it sorted out, the better. Ben Chilwell's still got a lot to offer to the game, obviously the captain himself at Chelsea when Reece James wasn't playing or injured, and a long-time pro here, achieved a lot. Raheem Sterling the same, as Javier was discussing. They, along with 15 to 20 other players training away from this group, and Maresca was talking about that as well at this really interesting news conference which we heard a snippet of. He says, look, I'm just dealing now with the 20 players he said he's got out there today, and I've counted them, there are 20 players out there today, 21 yesterday, he said 25 eventually. It isn't a mess. He said it might look like a mess outside of the training ground because there's so many players coming in and so many players that we need to leave. But I'm only concerned with the players here with me on this training pitch at any given time, with the first 11, with the first team squad. And he said the other players really aren't a concern of his. So a bit harsh, a bit blatant, a bit upfront, but very, very honest. That's what he says he is. He's honest with Raheem Sterling, he's been honest with Ben Chilwell, honestly as well, of course, with some other players, another 10 or so squad players who could go out before the window closes. And if they don't like it, then it's Colombia, frankly, is his point of view.
What would it be? Gallagher, Cole playing for 400 years, Gallagher over under 1.5.
Well, there are 20 outfield players out there, including all those who will be involved tomorrow night. All those are in that squad for the Conference League game, and there are 4 keepers as well, so 24 in total. I've seen Cole Palmer, obviously, who's celebrating himself today after winning the Young Player of the Year award last night. And he says that it is what it is. It's a situation that he finds himself in. He's not in charge of contracts, he's not in charge of signing, he's not in charge of out. It must be known, hasn't it, about some of the contracts Chelsea players find themselves on top of that table of the number of years of contracted players in the first team squad. Was it 191 years in total? Well over twice the nearest rival in that league table. And Maresca says, listen, if he's got a player who's on a 20-year contract and he doesn't like him, he won't play. So he's not being told what to do, he claims, by the board, by the people who are making the deals. But of course, yeah, there could be another one in. They need a striker. It's difficult to get a striker. Victor Osimhen's been mentioned, but he won't come on alone. His wages will be high, his fee will be high. So that'll be a difficult one for Chelsea to do. But it's going to be still, despite the interest that we've had already with the politics that place in this transfer window in Chelsea, going to be an even, I would have thought, just as interesting period between now and the window closing. As I say, they play Servette tomorrow night, doing those warm-ups, those traditional warm-ups in front of the camera. Maresca certainly doesn't look like a man who's got any regrets about anything he's said or done. He is very frank, he's very upfront, and he believes in himself. It's okay to be that way, it's okay to be that honest, it's okay perhaps to upset senior players in front of some other senior players, some of them who might be their friends. As long as you're winning, you start to lose, it may be a very different picture indeed.
What, me go? Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time in the background.
Everyone, because I stayed an extra night and I thought, oh, screw me, and the people in the stores stop me actually everybody else on the way. Delayed the time I flew, it was raining like hell, but we took those maps, so it was awesome. Yeah, layers. It was going to be okay to get clear. You got back okay?
I did, yeah. I was.
Okay, probably better than the BBC one. Charlotte.
Not so much.
I was a bit big backlog, a ton of cancellations, and then who knows what. Like, even the hotel was saying to me, Charlotte, they sent me a script. They literally said, I said, I'm off the airport. They said, we'll see you in 10, 15 minutes. I was like, great, okay, you're pessimistic. And you presume they know, because you presume they've got loads of guests that come to the airport and come back. But actually, not. Just like, yeah, and I think that's true. And I also think it just missed Charlotte. Not by much, but it missed it by enough. It wasn't like terrible. So that, I think, was quite telling.
Yeah.
And I think if it had hit for what we were